Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome back to another video. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again with the first of this week's videos in Flight Simulator 2020. Where are we? We're down under. We're in Australia. This is Port Lincoln Airport, Yankee Papa Lima Charlie. This is a payware scenery from Impulse Simulations. This is quite a well-known developer. I've reviewed another of their products before. And also I should say this is the payware version as opposed to the freeware that's available on FlightSim.To. We're looking at version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. There is a FlightSim 2024 version available as well, and I believe that that's available when you buy this one, or if you buy the 2024 version you get the 2020 version as well. The download is fairly reasonable, comes in at 997 meg, it's just under a gig, and it installs at 2.02 gig, so it's not a massive install, but it's actually quite a lot of detail. It's currently available from SimMarket, from FlightSim.To, and from Orbix. I'll give you the SimMarket price because they include taxes. We're looking at €21.54, which equates to roughly $25.10 US. Or £18.66 UK. As I said, the US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%, which of course could vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. This is a really nice and well featured scenery, and you'll see that as we have a close look at it, and it's also set in a very nice location. So for the moment, let's have a look at features. Okay, features. We have an accurate terminal model, including the interior. Proximity triggered Port Lincoln air charters. Not quite sure what that means, but we'll have a look at it. It's obviously some animation that's triggered somewhere. Improved terrain and vegetation, so they've worked on the terrain here. Detailed static setups, realistic ground, apron texturing, over 200 custom models and assets. High quality PBR textures, accurate ground layout and markings as of December last year, realistic night lighting, custom animations, over 1,000 hand placed objects, 15 cm custom ortho imagery, enhanced surrounding terrain and coastal blending, optimized for performance on a PC and Xbox platform, a model jetty area. Okay, that may well be to do with the sea nearby. And there's also a GSX Profile which is included, which is really good. That's very useful. Okay, not much to say about the airport, so let's look at the short history that we've got. Okay, some history for you. Port Lincoln Airport, Yankee Papa Lima Charlie, is a public use airport owned and operated by the District Council of Lower Eyre Peninsula, the picturesque slice of land upon which this airport sits. The airport serves Port Lincoln, a city in the Australian state of South Australia, located some 8 miles or 13 kilometres north of Port Lincoln at North Shields and just west of Louth Bay. It was the second busiest airport in South Australia during 2009-10, with 168,000 or more passengers passing through. By 2017, the airport was ranked 37th in Australia by number of passenger movements. In August 2013, a brand new airport terminal was officially opened, costing some $13.2 million US. Currently, QantasLink and Rex Airlines operate into and out of Port Lincoln Airport, and the airport features 2 gravel runways as well as an asphalt one. There's the asphalt one, and here's one of the gravel runways. So that was a short history for you, not much else to tell you. Talking of runways, let's have a close look at the runways that we've got here. Okay, runways. So Port Lincoln operates 3 runways. Runway 1901 is the longest, and we're looking at it now, measuring 4,918 feet or 1,499 meters, and it's made from asphalt. Runway 1533 comes next, measuring 4,757 feet or 1,450 meters, and it's made from gravel. Finally, runway 0523 comes in at 4,183 feet or just 1,275 metres, and it's also made from gravel. The airport lies at an elevation of just 36 feet or 11 metres and sits within the GMT UTC plus 9 hours and 30 minutes time zone. Now, South Australia does indeed observe daylight saving time just as the UK does, and with both countries on their respective daylight saving times, summer in the UK, winter in Australia, Port Lincoln is still 9 hours and 30 minutes ahead of the UK. So we're looking down the throat of runway 1901, which features runway lighting, precision approach path indicators on the left side, and you also they have minimum height over threshold, or MEHT, of 45 feet. So nothing fancy here. You've got basic runway lighting and the PAPI's on the left, and that's fine. It's as it should be. And that's the same for the other end as well. Runway 01 has exactly the same, so both ends you have these features. Approach options, again both ends you have an RNP option, and you also have an NDBA non-specified approach option. So let's have a quick look at the other end, 01. So there you are, runway 01, exactly the same. You have the standard runway lighting and the PAPI's on the left as well. And you've got various ground markings here to go for sort of various turn areas if needed. So let's now have a look at runway 1533. Okay, so here we are looking at one of the two gravel runways. This is the 33 end, runway 33. And you have runway lighting only on the charts, and of course you've got runway lighting as well. No runway markings to designate the runway, so you just need to know this airfield basically. Again, this is all as per the charts. No precision approach indicators because there are no published instrument approaches for the gravel runways. Quick look at the other end, runway 15. So here we are looking at runway 15 end. As you can see, exactly the same, just the standard runway lighting. No other instrument approach markings of any sort, but all looks pretty good. Okay, so let's have a look now at runway 0523. Okay, so here we are, runway 2305. We're looking down the 23 end, and the chart says there are no lighting at all and no published instrument approaches. Now actually here, I'm not sure if they got lighting. Let's just turn the lighting down and see whether that is actually lighting or not. Okay, so we turn the lighting down. You can see a lighted windsock thing to the left, but as per the charts you can see there's no runway lighting. So this basically is going to be VFR daytime only, really, before sunrise or after sunrise and before sunset. So here we are at the other end. This is runway 05. Just a quick look before we leave the runway situation, and as you can see, no lighting at all and no approach aids. So this is Mark 1 eyeball VFR. So there you go, one reasonably long asphalt runway with instrument approaches, and two gravel runways, one with lighting and one without lighting, and no published instrument approaches for the gravel runways. So that does it for runways. There are no jetways or air bridges at this airport as far as I understand. So let's have a look at this scenery proper up close and just see what we're presented with here. Okay folks, welcome back. We're back in the daytime. It's just after midday local time. We're going to start at the north end of the airport, and I've come right outside here to the road because they've done it. They've even done the road here. Okay, the traffic goes up and down and it doesn't really follow correctly. As you can see, it's a bit doubled here. But here you can see the fence line, which is correct as per ICAO regulations. You've got the crank neck facing outward, there's razor wire on the top, and you're supposed to have 3 meters either side clearway. The only thing I don't see are the red signs, but it may be different in Australia. Anyway, let's move down the road towards the airport. And as you can see, this all has been modelled really nicely. And the road goes all the way down there. There's one bit of bush jutting out into the road, but it's anything I'm going to say anything about really. So you've got what looks like fuel tanks, you've got a couple of crop dusters there. There you've got bits and pieces landside. There's an awful lot to see here. I mean, it's lovely, it really is. Again, really nicely weathered and detailed buildings. And here we are on the AIRSIDE ramp. As you can see, some of these vehicles are animated. On the left there is my V8P Air CESSNA. We'll have a close-up look at some bits and pieces in a moment. I just want to tour the ramp. But as you can see, there's nothing's been left to chance. The detail's brilliant. It's a very nice airport, very well modelled. Would have liked to have seen a few more people out airside. But as you can see, hangars, clutter, really, really nice. There to the left you can see part of the taxiway off the Gravel Runway. It's very nice. So just a quick view from inside my Cessna. That's the view you can get when you park up GA on the grass. And there we are looking out just across the tarmac there. A quick look at my Cessna sitting there. Had that repainted a couple of years ago. But okay, let's get a close look at what's going on here. Okay, to begin with, here's the Port Lincoln Flying Club hangar. As you can see, the detail's marvellous. Doors are open, the hangar's sorted out there internally, so arguably you could put your aircraft inside there quite easily. There's a close-up of the hangar, and you've got the office at the back. They've even got a fridge there. Nice one. So here you've got an arrivals building towards the sort of main terminal there. You can see the baggage belt in the distance there. The vehicles come along, drop the bags on there, and they go into the baggage hall. And there's the building itself as seen from airside. You've got the arrival signs, a really nice Port Lincoln sign down there to the left. As you can see, you've got animated figures inside there. We'll have a look in a minute. So a quick overview of the main ramp. As you can see, all the ground markings are there that you would need. You've even got the appropriate oil stains here, and the concrete's really nicely done. Haven't seen any of these going out towards the runway, which is a big plus. It's quite a bugbear of mine, as many of you might know. So there you've got a nice twin, looks like a Beach Baron apparently, and there you can see ground markings for a de Havilland 8 and an SF34, can't remember what that is. But as you can see, all the stuff that you expect to see at an airport like this is included, and the detail's really impressive. So there, as we pass the building, you can see people inside airside. That looks like another baggage area, possibly for departures. So the General Aviation Terminal with the administration building. And here we carry on. You've got the fence line, a couple of vehicles, custom vehicles I might add. They're not default. And much more done here. A couple of gates. Lincoln Air Charter. And another nicely weathered hangar. Tuna City. And here we've got another large open hangar, again beautifully modelled inside. CFS Aviation Operations. Very nice indeed. And out here, look, you've got what I think are AGTRUCKS. They definitely look like AGTRUCKS or crop dusters. All very nicely done, very nicely modelled. Okay, so let's go landside. As I said, we'll come to the terminal in a minute. But again, you've got plenty to see here. It's really nicely done. It's just, again, it's another place that we added so much detail. Very nice. Okay, a couple of bushes there overhanging the road. But it's all been really nicely done. So here we are landside. Got a couple of static people, which is good, and taxis. This is what I like to see. This is sort of brings the airport to life, as it were. And again, examples here of some really beautiful modelling. When this is another really good developer. See, we go across the car park and they've got all the car park pay machines and everything. A couple of cabs, a shuttle. Oh, they've really got everything you need here. It's brilliant. And yeah, the cars are quite good. There's some of them a bit blurry, but there's not a lot of repetition, which is also pretty good. So out across the car park to the main airport entrance. Again, all fully modelled. And the roads are all nicely detailed right outside the airport here. Well, this looks great. Very pleased with this. It's all been nicely done, and you can see they've even got signs down the road there too. And that road goes quite a long way. And there we are, looking back along the road we came down on and looking towards the airport itself. Very nice. Okay, so let's go into the building now from airside and have a look. There you've got a little seating area on the left there. We go in through the glass. You've got one or two passengers in the airside lounge. I mean, that all looks pretty impressive. And there you go, it's all nicely lit up. Some static passengers and some animated engineers there, really. The default guys probably shouldn't be there. Well, there's another example of just how detailed the scenery is. There's the computer there on the check-in desk, and it's all fully modelled. And there's a shot looking back across the airside lounge. So here we are inside this building, just literally tagged onto the side of that terminal. This is where they've got obviously parking area for bits of equipment. Again, nicely detailed. You've even got the air conditioning ductwork here as well. So here you've got the general aviation terminal, which I don't know if it's modelled inside. We'll have a look. Well, as you can see, we've got a structure, but it's not actually modelled inside. And this is the very northern end of that building. So here we are landside. We go into the building. Here you can see straight away we've hit check-in. And that's again really nicely done and detailed. You've got passengers waiting to check in. And that beautiful aircraft at the top there. Static passengers. It's a real pity that they've chosen to put engineers here. There really should be airline staff. But there we go. No real complaints. It's been nicely done here. A little overview. And just looking back towards check-in there as well. And that's the other end of the building. You've got a really nice welcome to Port Lincoln Airport sign there. I mean, this has been very nicely done. One of the nicest interiors I've seen on a small airport for some time. So here you can see security. This is where you'd go into airside. They go through the security check. And then on the other side you've got arrivals coming out, and as you can see they're separated, which is a requirement, sort of a legal requirement really for IATA airports. You have to separate arrivals from departures so nothing gets passed over. And then you've got this nice little restaurant area here. It's closed at the moment, and you've got an ATM there too. And we're just going out here. Here you've got the baggage reclaim hall. Again, all nicely done. I really like this airport. It's very, very nice. And lastly, inside you've got the car rental agencies here, which obviously are all closed. And you've got this here, and this lovely little model of a Dakota up at the top there. So looking at landside, you've got various static figures, and again, some marvellous detail here. And let's a quick look at the landside area. And then looking out across the car park. It's all really, really nice. Okay, so that was the daytime. We've had a reasonably good look across the airport here. Now let's bring the dusk down and have a look at low light. Okay, 10 to 6 in the evening local time, and here you can see the light has come up. The lights came on about 2 minutes ago, but previous to that you could see there was a graduation in the way the lighting came up, which is another hallmark of a good scenery developer. Rather than just having the lights literally just turn on, they gradually come up, and this looks pretty good. Today we are looking south. You've got the one of the gravel runways that's lit, and you've got the asphalt runway here also. Also notice you've got blue airfield edge lights, which is helpful. And there you've got the bay. And there we are looking towards the north and west. Once again, an evening tour across the airport itself. Airside first. No floating globes, lights coming from the correct sources. It looks pretty nice. Very nice indeed. And there you can see inside the terminal with the passengers. It's lovely, no complaints, it's lovely. So we'll have a quick pass landside. Once again, the lighting looks wonderful. Really does. It's great. It's not overdone. There's just enough there. And there you've got the name of the airport in the glass, which I hadn't noticed before. Very nice. It looks great. There's check-in. And there you've got the general aviation terminal, which is lit landside. You can see the entrance. It's all good here. So as you can see, some parts are lit. We've got lights out over the road, but unfortunately there are sobo globes. So there you go. But no complaints. It's great. It really is nice. So here's the main entrance. Again, you've got the globe sitting over the road, which is a pity, but there we go. And this is the main entrance that goes into the airport. And you've got signs and hoardings and all sorts. It's lovely. It's very, very nicely done. There's definitely really quite an immersion here. It's brilliant. As we go over the car park there, you can see the Port Lincoln Airport sign on the side of the hoarding cover there. And that's a nice touch. It's been really nicely done. I really like this airport. Only got solar panels on the roof there. So a very quick run out on the taxiways. You can see the blue airfield edge lights. And you've got these various little markers. Other than that, no real signage at all around the runway. And here's the WINDSOCK I mentioned earlier, which is also lit. Very nice. So as you can see, darkness is almost really upon us. Let's drop it down to night time now and have a look. Okay, 10 PM local time, and there you can see the main ramp, which is really nicely lit, as is landside. The lighting is lovely. It's really subtle. It's been very well done. So you shouldn't have any issues getting in here, landing on the main runway during the darkness hours. So there, down there to the right, you've got another WINDSOCK. Here's one of the gravel runways, and there you can see the main road out there that's lit, mostly with the sobo glows, but actually it's lit quite a way down the road. And in the other direction, again, the road's lit all the way down. Though I believe there's things off airport for you to have a look at as well. So just a couple of quick shots of the airside ramp at night. As before, there's the baggage hall, or rather the baggage area airside, where the bags go on into the baggage hall, which is actually inside that building there. There's the airside departures area, and you also got the arrivals corridor going out where we saw that lady earlier on. And a quick look outside the ramp. As you can see, the main ramp is well lit. The grass areas where my Cessna's parked and other GA aircraft would be parked is not lit at all, so you'd have a little bit of fun and games parking up there. There's the GA building and various hangars further up, and actually the lighting does extend onto the grass. It's not too bad. There's my Cessna and you can see it pretty well, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem taxiing where that vehicle was going and then parking up. There's another hangar, wide open interior and lit up very nicely. And there you can just see the AGTRUCKS all parked along near that fuel area. And a very quick pass landside. It's only now that that light looks to start to get a bit of brash. It's very bright, but it's okay. It's no problem at all, really. Very nice indeed. Okay, so that was night time. Let's bring the dawn up. Okay, 7:25 in the morning, sun's coming up behind me, and you can see something of a glow on the buildings, and to be honest, the terrain around here looks really nice at this time of the morning, and you've got the moon going down there in the distance. There you've got the main road. Got a helicopter landing spot here. There's my aircraft parked on the pad out here. There's the main road, is one of the gravel runways, and you've got the asphalt runway going along there. And looking in the other direction, there's the bay in the distance. It's going to be a nice approach over water here. And finally there's the sun arriving to greet us this morning. Okay, 8:30 in the morning and time to wrap up this review. What do I think? It's great. It's a very, very nice little airport. One of the nicest small airports I've reviewed for a while actually. They've gone to town. They've said that they really wanted to make an atmosphere here, and I think they've certainly achieved that. It's very nice. Runways and NAVAIDS as per the charts, nothing wrong with that. It really does look like a little bit of an outback place as well. This is a short hop from Adelaide Airport, and there's a new Adelaide Airport scenery out which I will be reviewing as well, so you'll get to see that. So yeah, nice little VFR hop from Adelaide out here would be very nice. The buildings are nicely done, nicely weathered and textured, and everything looks real. And it looks this good in FlightSim 2020. I should imagine it looks even better in FlightSim 2024. Price is probably about right. Okay, it's a small airport, but there's a lot been done, and they've also gone outside the airport as well. The road, I mean that landside road goes on forever. They've placed pretty much every building that should be here. So a lot of work's gone into this, and so I think really they can justify the price just under €22 or just over $25 US. Bear in mind those prices include VAT or tax, and in the US it might be a bit cheaper because I believe the tax is a bit less. So I certainly think it's worth the price. Lots of features, some of which I actually haven't seen, and they're there for you to discover. And you have a GSX profile as well included, which is great. For you people that use that facility just like I do. It's a really nice airport, really no complaints, can't find anything wrong with it really. I mean, you can always make suggestions like to have some animated figures instead of static ones, a few more figures out landside, but this is an outback airport, it's not necessarily that busy, so you can argue the amount of figures they've got is probably about right. But no, the detail is great, and the detail extends everywhere to the airport environments. So really no complaints. This is a lovely airport. Price is about right. It's not a massive download either. And yeah, you know, if you're looking for airports in Australia that are really good value and really well modelled, you couldn't look no further than this really. Yet another Impulse Simulations winner for me. Very, very nice indeed. Okay guys, thank you for watching. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot. Thanks for watching and thanks for supporting my efforts. Stay tuned for the next reviews coming up this week. I'm hopefully going to try and get 3 out this week, and yeah. So take care, fly safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.